Hey, hello everybody. This is Nicolas from Riña. I'm here with Tobias Vokes, a huge fan from all his working. It's been like so many years since we started like to chat through Instagram. But yeah, this is the first time that we have like the opportunity to talk each other, knows better about your work. So hi, how are you?
I'm great, man. It's so good speaking to you. I've been looking forward to this for so long. Like, I remember in 2021, you were telling me, like, we need to do an interview. So it's been a long time coming.
Yeah, I know, and I'm sorry for that. It was like I don't know, there was like too many things that were happening at that time, and I'm so sorry that it took like forever. But yeah.
Oh, no worries, bro. I think this is actually the right time for it because I've got my new record out. Things are going in the right direction. Things are going well with you as well. So I think, yeah, it's the best time for it, to be honest.
So, well, I want to know like if you can tell us more about the creative process of becoming all things.
I mean, yeah, with my creative process, the way I write is like I always just start writing on my guitar. I just write a simple melody, and I always try and get into like flow state. So I'll literally just mess around on my guitar. It could be for like 2 minutes. It could be for like 1 hour one day, like 3 hours the next day. But then I'll just get something and I'll know it's right. And when I hear it, I'll hear like a melody. I'll always hear the drums in my head, and I'll kind of like with my lyrics, I'll kind of get like a sentence, but only like 1 or 2 of the sentences will be like actual words, and the rest will be kind of like it will just be like syllables, and it would just sound like something. And then my job lyrically from that is to kind of figure out what my like higher self is channeling, and then try and to put that into words in a way that also expresses the emotion of the melody. Because I think lyrically with me, I'm more about like feeling. And so I just kind of more focus on the melody and how it feels, and then try and put the right lyrics to it, if that makes sense. So I would say I always start with the music, but I always hear a melody, and then the lyrics come last usually.
Nice. Is there like any personal experience that are reflecting on your lyric, or is just the way that you're feeling in that moment?
Definitely, like with quite a few of my songs, I would say Tarnished, the one you really like, it's 100% personal experience. Becoming All Things, 100% personal experience. To be honest, every song on that record, other than maybe Get You, was written and like I thought about it. I mean, like songs like Waiter, I only wrote in 20 minutes. It's literally just 3 chords, and I was just messing around on my couch, and it's a bit of a stupid song. But then like Becoming All Things, those songs kind of like progressed. It's not that like I sat there and wrote them for like hours and hours on end. I'd write a bit, then like I'd absorb it, then I'd write a bit more, blah 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 blah. But the only song that I think I didn't really think too much about was Get You. I kind of like I was a bit unsure about that song because I didn't do all the things that I feel comfortable about, like progress it, think about it. I just kind of wrote what came in the moment, and I wasn't sure if it was gonna like be as good as the other songs or not. But I thought, well, I've got like 4 songs and an outro that I'm comfortable with, so I'm just gonna throw this in the record and see if it works. And people quite liked it, to be honest. So yeah, so that's the only song I kind of experimented with in that.
Yeah. So, I want to know if you tell us like more about Tarnish.
Tarnished for me is like that was a huge problem in my life. I think like a lot of people can probably relate to Tarnished. So my partner, she moved from the Czech Republic to the UK for me just in the whole COVID times, like when all of COVID was going on. We basically met, and we felt like a really special connection. Like the first time I ever saw my girlfriend, I just knew she was different. I felt very different towards her, so I thought like I would just go with my gut and give it a shot. And like in that sense, it was 100% right. But then, you know how like in life when the right person comes at like the wrong time? Because I just moved to London, I wanted to like smash it out with my music. I wanted to be free in the city. And then we lived with each other so intensely. So it was kind of like, it was my struggles with like life, trying to hold true to my heart, to what I believe in. But then also like, I wasn't really ready for something that serious. But then at the same time, you can't just let something like that go. So it was kind of like when you're drawn between 2 worlds, and at the end of the day, you're kind of trapped, because like when you love someone so much and you can't get away from that, and you're kind of fucked because of it, because it's just like in the way of your whole life, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like that's what it's about. Like if you read the lyrics, like they're very simple, but it's very
So about Get You, how was like working with your friend? Is she
yeah.
right?
You know, it's quite a simple story, to be honest. I have a friend, I met her because I have a friend, we went to go see American football in 1975. And she was like a mutual friend of my friend, and she just does music. With Get You, I wrote the trumpet line in my head. I just heard it, the melody, when it comes to the build up at the end. And I just put on my Instagram story, like, I need someone to play trumpet. She said she plays trumpet. I showed her my melody because I tried to write it. I tried to program the trumpet and it just sounded like crap. So I was like, I need someone to actually play it. So she came round, I just showed her the melody and she just smashed it out. And then, we went out for a coffee after, like, that was it. It was really good fun because I'm always doing things on my own. I'm always fiddling around because I have minimal recording technique. Like, I'm not a producer. I just produce because I have no money. And a lot of the time when you work with producers, like, they dilute your sounds, they don't get what you want. So at the moment, I'm quite comfortable with, like, just doing what I'm doing now. And so it was nice to work with someone that just had a positive energy and it was just cool to be around.
Well, the main thing that makes me get interested in what you were doing was that you were like, your project is a one-man band, but I haven't like listened to one emo man band. How it has been to be the only one that are doing like most of the things.
Yeah, the reason why I'm a one-man band is literally because I've tried to start bands for so long. I remember like 6 years ago, I was always looking for people. Like I would train them up. It would like take months and months of effort, and then people would just quit or people would not have the commitment, and it just got too frustrating, to be honest. So at this point, like, if I want to live off my music, my plan is just to write everything myself, get really, really big over the internet, and then once I've got that capacity, I can just get people to jump on board. But like, if I just spend time with other musicians that are probably going to quit, it's just a waste of my time, I think it's more powerful if I use it focusing on myself.
And when did you start playing instruments?
When did I start playing instruments? I started playing guitar when I was 11, started writing songs when I was 13. And then if you play guitar, you can play bass. I don't really know how to play drums. All the drums I just write in my head and then I'll program them. I can play a bit of drums, and it's the same with piano. Like, I'll hear a piano melody, I'll put it over, but I mean, if it's a simple melody, I'll play it myself. But if it's complicated, I'll just find someone that could play it for me.
So yeah, okay. Well, at the same time, have you ever think about playing live or how it would be?
I would love to play live. Like for so many years, I just dreamed of playing live. Like, I've always thought about how, like, I'd want to express myself with that song on stage, the way I'd want to connect with people. And it's just never happened because I've never found people that I can have that strong like bond with when it comes to playing music. Because I think all these amazing bands you see, like, the first thing is that they just have an amazing connection naturally, and that's something you can't really force. So yeah, and I just find it really hard, especially growing up in Milton Keynes, finding people that just like want to really commit and play live. So yeah, that's why I haven't. But I would love to play live in the future, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, bringing back like your new album, I would like to know what's your point of view on how like your music has evolved and how much it has changed from your first album that it was Madonna on 2019, and how you feel that everything has changed to becoming all things now in 2024.
I think maybe the way I go about things, when I wrote Madonna, I was quite like an isolated person. So my creative process is somewhat similar, just that I've added to it. So I would just write like a 3-piece type stuff with Madonna. But then when I started writing the next record with the Tree of Life, I really listened to like Mineral. They're one of my favorite bands of all time. Their whole guitar sound really influenced me. So after Madonna, I kind of just learned to like have the first layer, and then I would just evolve from it and write different guitar lines over it, different sounds, experimental guitar tones. And I think the way I go about it is different because I put more trust in myself, because I think like it's really hard to make someone care about your music the level that you do. So that's another thing I do, is I record it all myself with minimal skill. Like I don't know how to use like basic things with recording. Like I don't know how to use EQ. I don't know how to compress vocals, but I can lay guitars really well. I have a decent microphone. I make sure I don't like, before I would have really bad sound engineering where it would pop because my recording quality was so bad, but now it's got a bit better. So I think just because I have more control over the recording, it's made a more rounded sound. So I would say that that's what's different with Madonna now. And just I've just added little things, and I've just got a bit more confident in my songwriting. I put out songs sometimes that I'm not 100% sure on, like Get You, just to see how it lands, and it's kind of given me more confidence to do more things.
Awesome. So I'm curious about where do you record everything? I think that it's at home, right?
Yeah, literally.
Studio, or is like your bedroom?
Yeah, so where I'm sitting right now is my kitchen table, and so I'll have my laptop right where you are, and then I'll just play guitar. And then I live in an apartment block in London, and so, but the good thing about this apartment block is the walls are really thick, so I can sing really loud, and only like my next door neighbor can just hear me. So like I'll go to my bathroom, because if I sung here, you'd hear me in the street. So I just lock myself in my little bathroom and just do all my vocals there. And then if I scream, it's too loud, so I have to get an Uber and go to like a rehearsal room and sit up there and do all the vocals there. But all the singing and all the programming, all the guitar playing and stuff is done here.
Nice, because if you ask me, I couldn't tell that it was at your like under apartment. I thought that it was like in a recording place. Actually, I got another question that it's very, very important. You told me that you have like you're working now with Real Emo and their new record stuff. How it has been?
Yeah, it's been good. The whole thing was meant to come out a few months ago, but there was just complications because we wanted to do like a small physical run, but there's some problems with the manufacturer. But yeah, the guy who runs it, he's really cool. I spoke to him like quite a few years ago, and we were just talking about music, to be honest. And so when I put the record out, I was just emailing loads of like sources to see if they could do something with it, and he was one of them that replied to me, and he just said, I really like the record, like let's push this. So yeah, we're working together. It's going to be sick, you know. It's nice to work with another micro label in the scene. It's super exciting.
As you were telling me, which are your inspiration bands, or the bands that, or the artists that will influence you on your music and on your project, and also, which is your favorite band?
That's such a hard question. Favorite band? I mean, I've got quite a few. I don't think like I have a number one favorite band, if you get what I mean. I have like bands that like inspired me at different stages of my life. So like when I first started playing music, like my favorite band was Nirvana. Like they're like the band that were like grounded in me. Like Kurt Cobain's songwriting is a big influence, because he's not like, you know, the best, like he's a good guitarist, but he's not like highly technical. He just writes good, simple songs. And, you know, so that influence is probably why Nirvana are one of my favorite bands of all time. But then I also, Mineral, one of my favorite bands of all time. Maybe like Saddest Landscape, or maybe Jeff Buckley. And I listen to a lot of, I like a lot of like artists like XXXTentacion, or I listen to a lot of like Young, Lean and Blade. Like, they're some of my favorite artists of all time. But yeah, I think I can't give you a straight favorite, but I'd say a lot of them are, you know.
Besides the music, what are like non-musical sources or like inspirations you have on your like creativity?
I would probably say spirituality is a big influence, because I think that's something that comes across through music really well. I mean, I feel like that's an influence in music if you don't even realize it is, because it's all about purpose. It's all about staying true. It's all these types of subjects come into music, and I feel like that's something for me that I've really felt connected with. Like, if you listen to my record Behind the Ashes, you can hear spiritual references all through that music. Other sources of inspiration, I don't know, probably just like daily life troubles that everyone goes through. I guess maybe I love football. Maybe that's inspiration in my music, you know. It's quite
I've seen it. I have seen it. You're a football fan.
Yeah. No, they're probably the inspirations.
Tobias, thank you very much for being here with us and share everything about your new record and like the whole story about your product. Here is very awesome to have you here. And more than that, it's like awesome to meet you like after all these years, and like we can talk each other through this way. But yeah, thank you very much, and I'm so sorry that it like really took like too many time till we got here.
Oh, no worries. Like, I think this is the best time to do it.